Hey, welcome back to the homestead. As you can see, we only got one stool. Now this thing will hold both my wife and I, but she's tired of me sitting in her lap. So we're gonna make 3 more this week. Let's look at a little closer to see what we did right and what we can definitely do better. So the first thing we did wrong was right here with the seat. I used shellac the first time, and as you can see, it doesn't hold up to the weather very well. So I'll make a 4th one with the other 3 stools. Now as far as the frame goes, this cantilever beam works out pretty well. I made out of a 1x2, 1/8 thick rectangular tube. I added a 1/4 inch steel gusset inside of here, but that's way overkill. This thing is strong without it. Other than that, it's pretty solid. Now before we head to the shop, so I'll show you a quick montage of how I did this. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It would be appreciated. Feel free to stick around to the end. I got 3 friends coming over. We'll see how they like them too. All right guys, let's get to the shop. This project calls for 1x2 rectangular tube with 1/8 inch thick wall. We're going to need 6 vertical legs at 26 inches. Total of 15 pieces at 16 inches. And 6 footrests at 8 inches. Now we got to just use the cutoff wheel, flap disc, and nothing but time. After getting everything cut, we gotta clean it really well. It takes a little time, but it makes the welding a whole lot easier. We're gonna use the belt sander to take the burrs off and bevel the edges. As you can see, we got everything cut here. At this point, I really like to step back and make sure everything is uniform. Making sure that all 4 component types are all identical really helps out when setting it up. So we're gonna use the welding fixture table here. Very convenient, having these clamps tied right to the table. There's that old adage, measure twice, cut once. Well, I like to measure 2 ways and cut once. So you can tell I used the speed square in the corner to first initially get set up, and then I took the tape measure and measured diagonally to make sure it truly is square. Now, but only 80% of my welds about this pretty. But since we're not putting this on the card and not let it vibrate, we're going to grind them down. Sometimes I rush through and make a bunch of goobers. So as you can see here, I got it framed up in 3 positions. I definitely like to secure them as best as possible. That's why I have those wood supports to make sure they don't shift left or right. So here I'm making the tabs to connect to the frame to hold the wood on. I'm using a speed square to lay it out and then punching holes to line up the drill press. So first I'll drill 2 holes. The first one is to fit the screw through it. And the second you'll see me switch out the drill bit, and this one matches the head of the screws so they'll countersink in. So I missed cutting them apart for you guys, but I'm over here to the grinder. Just takes a lot of time, clean up all these tabs, grind down all the burrs, clean all the holes. Alright, it's about time to weld the tabs to the frame. So they all looking nice and pretty and cleaned up. I'm using the wood to make sure that they're spaced right from the front and back of the frame. After the tabs are tacked in, I bring it back to the welding table to finish welding them off. So I'm just finished grinding it down. Once I get done with this, it'll be done except for paint. We're about to move on looking at the wood. I'm going to cut the wood a little strong at 17 inches so I can cut them down the table saw later. So my wife really likes like the stressed look, so I'm just going to use pine here, just regular framing 2x4s. They are going to get worn compared to like hardwood would be, but you can always replace them later if they get too torn up. So since I don't have a joiner, I use a table saw to fine edge as much as possible. I'm really just taking the 1/8 of an inch off the thickness of the blade here. If this was fine furniture, I probably wouldn't need a joiner, but for these seats, it's going to work out okay. Alright, now it's time to glue it up. I'm using Titebond number 3 here. It's perfect for outdoors. After I got them all sanded up, I brought them back to the table saw. I cut them at 7 inches long so I could bring them back here and cut them to the perfect dimensions. That way they're a nice smooth edge all the way down it. I got the router out and put a 1/4 inch rounding bit on it. I'm using speed square here to set the height of the router. Alright, since my wife likes that rough look, I'm only going to hand sand it to 200 grit. It'll be smooth, but still kind of leave that rough appearance. For the stain, I chose a dark cherry wood. It has kind of a purple tint I think will fit nice with the colors we picked out to paint the frames. The last step is to finish them up with polyurethane. The recommended was 3 coats, I went about 6. I skipped the painting of the frames, and I'll show you the final product here in a little bit. Well, Jiminy Cricket, that was some work. I don't know about y'all, but it sure does feel good to be productive. Appreciate you sticking around to the end, see what the final product looked like. Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Also, you're welcome to come back anytime. Just hit that subscribe button to see what comes up next. Alright guys, till next time.